Have you tried every diet, every workout plan, every self-help book, but nothing sticks? Want to know why? Because I know. It's not about willpower. It's not about motivation. It's about something much deeper, your self-image or self-concept. Today, I'm revealing the hidden psychology that controls every decision you make and the simple method to rewrite it completely. Stay until the end because this could be the breakthrough that you've been searching for your entire life. Hi, I'm Angela Orr, and as a licensed pharmacist turned mindset mentor, I've worked with hundreds of women who feel stuck in patterns they couldn't break. They'd start strong, new habits, new goals, new hope, but within weeks, days even sometimes, they find themselves right back where they started. For years, I thought this was about discipline or motivation, but then I discovered something that changed everything: the science of self-image. You see, your self-image is like a thermostat in your mind. It regulates what you believe is possible for you. And most of us have been living with a broken thermostat our entire lives. But before we dive in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and notification bell for more psychologically backed transformation and science-based techniques that actually create lasting change. Now, here's what's really happening. Every time you try to change, you're fighting against your current self-concept or self-image. Think about it. If deep down you see yourself as someone who always quits, can't stick to anything, or isn't the type of person who succeeds, your subconscious mind will sabotage every effort to try and prove that identity right. Dr. Maxwell Maltz, a plastic surgeon who discovered this phenomenon, found that even when he gave patients their dream face, their dream nose, their dream ears, many still felt ugly inside. Their external reality had changed, but their self-image didn't. They would look in the mirror and see the same thing. Your self-image acts as a prison guard, keeping you locked in patterns that feel familiar even when they're painful. You start a new exercise routine, but your inner voice whispers, "Who are you kidding? You'll never follow through." You set a boundary, but then feel guilty because good people just don't say no. You try to eat healthier, but sabotage yourself because I'm just not someone who takes care of herself. And I know, I've been there and I've been working through that. Does this sound familiar? This isn't a characteristic flaw. It's how your brain is wired to keep you safe and consistent with who you think you are. But here's the incredibly good news. Your self-image can be fixed. It's not even really broken because your self-image is a collection of thoughts and beliefs that you've repeated so often they feel like facts. And that's what a belief is, just something that you've thought over and over and over again. Every single day you have thousands of thoughts about yourself. Most of them happen to be automatic, below your conscious awareness. And that's why they say subconscious. But what if you could consciously choose those thoughts? What if you could literally reprogram your self-concept to match that woman that you want to become? And this isn't positive thinking or affirmations that feel fake. This is about strategically rewiring your brain's operating system, and it's scientifically proven. When you change your self-image, everything else changes automatically. Your choices, your behaviors, your boundaries, they all align with your new identity. And you don't have to force yourself to be different. You just become different automatically. So how do you do that? How do you identify your current self-image? Step one is to get brutally honest about your current self-image. Grab a journal and finish these sentences without thinking too hard. I am the type of person who, I always, I never, people see me as. Write down whatever comes up, even if it's painful. And this is your current programming. And this can be very insightful, even if you aren't aware of how you're thinking. Notice the patterns. Are you defining yourself by your limitations, your past mistakes, or other people's opinions? Common ones that I hear: I'm not disciplined. I'm too sensitive. I'm not good with money. I always put others first. These are not necessarily the truths about you. They're just stories that you've been telling yourself. Just like a movie, every story can be rewritten. So step 2 is consciously designing who you want to become. Not what you want to have or achieve, who you want to be. Ask yourself, if I was already the woman I want to become, how would she think about herself? Write it down in the present tense as if it's already true. I am someone who follows through on commitments to myself. I am someone who sets loving boundaries. I am someone who trusts her intuition. I am someone who prioritizes her well-being. This isn't lying to yourself, it's choosing your new operating system and reprogramming your brain. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you consistently tell it is real. So we're going to use that to your advantage. And step 3 is the daily identity rehearsal. And this is really where the magic happens. Every morning, spend 5 minutes visualizing yourself as this new person. Not doing things, but just being her. See yourself making decisions from this new identity. How does she move through the day? How does she respond to challenges? How does she treat herself? And then feel what it feels like to be her. The confidence, the self-respect, the inner knowing that she's worthy of good things. Then throughout your day, ask yourself, because in the morning or at night is perfect to do it, but it also is to reinforce it throughout the day. What would the woman I'm becoming do right now when you're hit, say, with a challenge or something that usually triggers you? This question becomes your decision-making compass. You can start choosing based on your new identity instead of your old patterns. Your brain begins to collect evidence that this new identity is true, and slowly but surely, it can become your new normal. When you consistently practice this identity work, you will have profound shifts. You're not forcing yourself to change and start naturally becoming who you've always wanted to be. Clients tell me they finally understand why nothing worked before. They were trying to change their behavior without changing their identity. One client said to me, I used to see myself as someone who always gave up. Now I see myself as someone who always finds a way. That one shift changed everything. My health, my relationships, my career. And another shared with me, I stopped apologizing for taking up space. I stopped shrinking myself to make others comfortable. And I finally started living as the woman I was meant to be. This isn't about perfection. It never is. It's about alignment. Energetic alignment. When your actions match your identity, change becomes effortless. You don't have to convince yourself you're worthy anymore because you just know that you are. It's a lot, and it can happen for you too. If you're ready to completely transform your self-image and finally become the woman that you've always known that you could be, I want to invite you to a complimentary call with me. On this call, we're going to identify the one major limiting belief that has kept you stuck, and we'll fix it together right there on the call. Click the link in the description below to grab your spot. I'd love to work with you personally and help you break through whatever's holding you back. And remember, you're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. You just to remember who you really are underneath all of those old stories. Your new identity is waiting for you. Your higher self is waiting for you. All you have to do is choose her. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.